Now, where was I?
You were about to tell a story about you being a shitty friend, but then we got interrupted by you yelling at Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, Meg.
BoJack Horseman is one of those shows that can teach you a lot about how rough life can be, and The Telescope is no different. It opens with BoJack on his way to see Herb, someone he left on bad terms. As he strings his other two friends along, he tells the story of his and Herb's friendship. In the beginning of the flashback, we see just how strong their friendship is.
Great set, man. It's like everything you said was something I've thought before but never had the balls to say.
Thanks, BJ. I set him up, now you knock him down.
Hell, even when BoJack is jealous of Herb when he makes it big, Charlotte says,
"You're dead wrong. You're gonna be a big success. Herb says it to me all the time. He thinks the world of you."
Hell, Charlotte even warns BoJack about the dangers of Hollywood that'll be comparable to BoJack later on.
See those tar pits? Hollywood's a real pretty town that's smack on top of all that black tar. By the time you realize you're sinking, it's too late.
In the next scene, we learn that Herb is getting his own show, but convinces the executives to let BoJack be the star.
I think you got the wrong idea here.
Yeah, no, man. Whoa.
Herb, I'm not...
Me either. No, I just, I got caught up in the moment.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
I promise this will be helpful later on. However, when BoJack gets on the show, we see how quickly it changes him and puts a strain on his and Herb's friendship.
Well, what about giving me rollerblades? How are people gonna know that my character is hip if he doesn't roll the blade?
Just get out there and do your job. Every one of your ideas is stupid or racist.
Later on, we see Herb getting arrested for engaging in gay activities. See, now that earlier clip makes sense, huh? How angry the public is. When Herb confronts BoJack about his own allegations and asks him to threaten to walk, BoJack is unsure of what to do, and Herb says,
"Come on, BoJack. How'd we get so far apart, huh?"
This shows just how strained and far apart they are, when at one point they were so close. BoJack tells Herb he'll do it. However, when approached by the ABC executive, he folds, and reasonably so. She tells him that he won't make it far by being a good friend and that he has to make tough decisions, which in reality is the truth. Sometimes you need to make a tough call in order to progress. We cut back to BoJack meeting Herb, and we can see it how much he hates him.
Is your book called Portrait of an Asshole? I kid. It's funny because he ruined my life. I joke. It's what I do.
However, when Diane shifts the conversation, their friendship seems to have rekindled. Herb even says,
"And it was actually nice to see you, BoJack."
However, BoJack feels bad about how things ended, and when he goes to apologize, Herb says,
"I'm not going to give you closure. You don't get that. You have to live with the shitty thing you did for the rest of your life. You have to know that it's never, ever going to be okay."
And I can't say I blame him. Sometimes people do things that are just too bad to forgive. It doesn't have to be as bad as murder or theft, but shitty enough to not warrant forgiveness. Herb makes another good point as well.
You know what it was like for me? I had nobody. Everybody left. I knew all those showbiz phonies would turn on me, sure. But you?
It's not my fault you got fired.
I don't care about the job! I did fine. I had a good life. But what I needed then was a friend. And you abandoned me. And I will never forgive you for that.
What he needed was someone to rely on. He knew his time was coming to a close, but he needed BoJack to stand with him on that decision. And when BoJack seemingly lied to his face, yeah, I'd feel some type of way too. On his way out, BoJack and Herb get into a fight. After the fight breaks up, Herb says,
"You know what your problem is? You want to think of yourself as the good guy. Well, I know you better than anyone, and I can tell you that you're not. In fact, you'd probably sleep a lot better at night if you just admitted to yourself that you're a selfish goddamn coward who takes whatever he wants and doesn't give a shit about who he hurts. That's you. That's BoJack Horseman."
This perfectly encapsulates who BoJack is as a character and the people who find themselves to be in the right about things they are wrong about. To end things off, BoJack feels devastated about what happens. Diane tries to confront him and he kisses her. A story for another time. All in all, I think this episode does a great job at teaching that not everyone deserves forgiveness for certain actions, even if they are small. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Moo. Okay, bye.
Thanks to you guys, I think I'm finally ready to let my guard down.
Do you hear that? He's letting his guard down.
Think fast, chuckle nuts!